Good call. All right, good evening and welcome, wrestling fans. Primetime Wrestling, the WWF here on the Nation Network. Mean Scheme with you here. And joining me as always in the broadcast booth, the one, the only, Jesse the Body Ventura. And tonight, it is our final WWF event heading into Glory Bound.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now, it may be the last event heading into Glory Bound, but there's still a lot to be answered, in my opinion. We're going to see some of the biggest and best names in the world of the WWF right here tonight, and they've got some scores to settle. Don't you doubt that for a moment.
All right, we saw the big cowboy Ron Bass making his WWF in-ring debut, and he is being joined by the Mad Dog, Maurice Vachon.
Well, the Vachon family, legendary in the world of professional wrestling, no doubt about that. They've been around. They've been throughout all parts of not only this country, but just about all of them around the globe. Very formidable tag team, I believe they'll be.
And now we take a look at one half of the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith.
Well, the British Bulldogs right now, they've been pretty hot in their own right.
And it looks like the big cowboy might want to jump the gun a little bit here. Referee's in the ring. And now here comes Dynamite Kid. And we've got action before the bell ever sounds. Vachon meeting Dynamite Kid up the apron.
Well, Davey Boy Smith just took Cowboy Ron Bass right down.
The British Bulldog, indeed. He is built like a bulldog.
And Ron Bass is built like a very big, tough Texan cowboy.
Meantime, down the aisle, the Dynamite Kid and Vachon still going at it. Davey Boy managed to turn the tables, and down goes the Outlaw.
Referee's going to have a hard time regaining control of this match, I believe.
Nice move right there by the British Bulldog. We have not seen Ron Bass in the WWF until today.
No, but he's got a hell of a reputation, and he's done a lot of damage wherever he's been, so I would highly recommend everybody in that locker room be ready, because when the cowboy comes your way, it's going to be a very long night.
No doubt about that. Once again, Dynamite Kid and Vachon still going at it on the floor. Meantime, the power half of the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith, going to work. Went for the clothesline, nobody home. And he caught Bass coming in, and there's another clothesline, and now Dynamite Kid getting the best of Vachon.
Well, the British Bulldogs have really done well for themselves since making their return here in the WWF.
Absolutely no doubt about that one. And here it is, overhead military press slam. And now Vachon.
Well, now suddenly Maurice Vachon, the Mad Dog, on the receiving end of some damage here.
Ron Bass just took out Dynamite Kid. Boy, oh boy, this one has been Katie bar the door since the opening bell.
No, since before the opening bell, and now look at that, dispatches him out to the floor.
Dynamite Kid winds him up, sends him into the turnbuckle, and now it's 2-on-1.
Yeah, how about that? What's going on here? What's the referee doing? Referee's got to try to regain control. Wait a minute.
He just caught his own tag team partner in a small package. I think he got confused. Who's the legal man?
Yeah, who is the legal man? Give me a break.
And now Vachon just caught one to the midsection. Referee, I don't know what's going on with this one.
Well, the referees allow. I didn't know this was a Texas tornado match, maybe.
It wasn't booked that way, but it looks like it's breaking into it. The referee's allowing a lot of this.
Well, I got to tell you right now, I'm a little bit surprised at how this thing is turning out.
Another big monkey flip. And now the Bulldogs going to work on the Cowboy. Big knee to the head. Both men down. Davey Boy Smith sending Vachon to the rope. He's got the Cowboy. What's he going to do here? Stacks him up too deep. Here's the wind-up. Oh, my goodness.
Well, we've got bodies everywhere right now, and this referee just letting it all go.
And now Davey Boy Smith with a pile driver. The cover by Dynamite gets 2, and now Davey Boy Smith gets 2 and 3.
Well, I've got to tell you right now, I don't know what to make of this one. It was completely out of control from the opening bell, and I think this referee needs to be reprimanded. You can't just change the rules up halfway through, you know. They don't want to cooperate, you get them under control, and if you can't do that, then kick somebody out. That's what disqualifications are for.
Well, it was even fighting ground, all 4 men in the ring. But it would be the British Bulldogs as we see this big pile driver right there, which would prove to be, in my opinion, the determining factor, the blood flowing down the face of Outlaw Ron Bass making his WWF debut here on Primetime.
And there's the hook of the leg, and from there it's all just academic, but I'll tell you right now, I still want that referee investigated. You can't have things like this happening.
All right, fans, if that's what it's like here tonight, what's going to happen on October 3rd and October 4th? Whether it's Glory Bound or Rage in the Cage, it's going to be something. It's going to be a spectacular. You'll definitely not want to miss it. We'll be back with more Primetime in just a moment. All right, wrestling fans, we are back here ringside. Making his way to the ring at this time from parts unknown. A man who is known worldwide as the Masked Superstar.
Well, the Masked Superstar, I don't know exactly who he is. I've got my thoughts about it. But he has told us that he's one of the biggest stars in all the world. And as soon as he wins the World Heavyweight Championship, he's going to unmask and everyone's going to be amazed.
Well, that world title is going to be a little bit tougher to come by perhaps than he's thinking, and he's going to have to start right here tonight, and that is going to be a tall order, I'll tell you right now.
No, I think he can get by his opponent here tonight.
Well, I beg to differ. As a matter of fact, I don't think he's going to do very well at all. Oh, there's the music. And the fans on their feet. Here it comes. The one and only Hulk Hogan.
Well, the incredible Trump Hogan is what I refer to him as. I'm not buying in all this Hulkamania crap that everybody else is. I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid. I'm a little smarter than the average bear. Hogan's a hype machine, but you get him in the ring with a guy like the Masked Superstar, and he's going to exploit him for all he's not.
Well, I'm going to beg to differ once again. I believe that Hulk Hogan is going to have everything he needs right here to be successful against the Masked Superstar. I understand that we will see Hulk Hogan one way or another as part of Glory Bound.
Yeah, well, that's because he's a glory hog. He's not going to miss an opportunity.
Oh, look at this. Show of sportsmanship before the match.
We'll see how long that holds up. Hey, no teleportation. What's the occasion?
And Hulk Hogan meeting him with a big shoulder tackle, and down goes the Masked Superstar. A look of dismay on his face, probably more than he was expecting. Now Hogan on the receiving end. Look at this.
Are you kidding me? A wrestling move from Hogan?
Indeed, why would you be surprised?
Because he doesn't wrestle.
I beg your pardon. Of course he does.
No, he doesn't. He punches people.
Tremendous suplex right there by the Hulkster. You got to tell me he hasn't done a suplex before.
Yeah, well, whatever. It doesn't make you a wrestler simply because of that.
Big clothesline. And the Masked Superstar going down. Hogan to the ropes. This could be a quick one.
Oh, he dropped the big leg on him and hooks it.
Will that be enough? No, the Masked Superstar able to kick out. And now Hogan into the corner.
Hey, look, they shop at the same store for their boots.
Well, they may. I'm not sure about that. But anytime Hogan once again setting him up. Went for the big boot and he missed. Clothesline and the Masked Superstar all the way out to the floor. And now the Hulkster posing for the fans here at ringside.
Yeah, because you've seen a lot of guys get pinned right after their opponent poses, right?
Masked Superstar now right in the back.
Yeah, these two dudes shook hands before the match. Let's see what happens when it's over.
Hogan standing up to the offense. And now back body drop Hogan all the way out to the floor.
Swing and a miss. What did I tell you? Hogan is not nearly as bad as he thinks he is.
Now thrown over the guardrail by the Masked Superstar. Both men exchanging blows. This battle raging on, and Hogan uppercut. And again, the Masked Superstar. And Hogan both trying to beat the count. Hogan gets in just in the nick of time. Winds up with a big sledgehammer, and just like that, down goes the Masked Superstar.
Well, these guys took it all the way out to the fans. This one's really breaking down.
Big suplex by Hulk Hogan. The Hulkster continuing his winning ways here in the WWF. If he can pull it off here tonight, that will be the most impressive since his return. Power slam, and down goes the Masked Superstar.
And there he goes again, the showboat Hulk Hogan. Why do you gotta chant like that? Why do you gotta do things like that? You've got your man in trouble. Just put him away if you can. And that's a big if.
And again, the Masked Superstar into the ropes. And Hogan with another big clothesline. Oh, here it goes to the ropes. Drops the leg. Goes for the cover, and that might be all she wrote. There's two. He got him. Tremendous victory for Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now, I think he got lucky in this one.
Well, if he got lucky, he did it against one of the top contenders here in the World Wrestling Federation. The Masked Superstar is no one to be taken lightly.
Yeah, well, the Masked Superstar also came out and gave Hogan a hell of a fight for his money. He sent the chump out into the crowd.
Oh, he definitely did. But Hogan came fighting back and is victorious here on Primetime Wrestling. Fans, stay with us. Plenty more action still to come here on the Nation Network. All right, welcome back, wrestling fans, to more Primetime Wrestling. And I'll tell you, this one is going to blow the roof off this joint as we take a look at the one-man gang.
Yeah, the one-man gang making that trek down to the ring. He is one tough beast of a man, no doubt about that. He's been laying waste to everyone everywhere he's been.
No doubt about it. This man has gone through the circuit here in the Nation Network. Just this year alone, he started out in the great state of Florida and has made his way throughout the Mid-South and now here to the Northeast. But perhaps none of those matches would have prepared him for this one. Truly, no other man out there like the Ultimate Warrior.
Well, the Ultimate Maniac, as I like to refer to him as.
The Ultimate Warrior hitting the ring. One-man gang decides to take a walk. Not a bad idea.
You're not suggesting for one moment that he's afraid of the Ultimate Warrior, are you?
Well, I'm not sure that the one-man gang would be afraid of anybody, but I do believe he'd have a level of respect for this man, as well he should.
Respect. Respect is earned, and unless you can do something with the one-man gang, you're not going to earn his respect.
These two forces of nature stand opposed, and here comes, oh, look at this, the one-man gang connecting. But he misses this one, and now the Ultimate Warrior going to work on him in the corner.
Every one of those was a clenched fist. I just want you to make note of it.
And now, the Ultimate Warrior has got him. Back heel trip, and down goes the one-man gang. The Ultimate Warrior taking control of this match. He's got him over the air. Inverted atomic knee drop, and down goes the big man.
Oh, here's another showboat. We didn't have enough of that with Hogan. Now we got to get it with the Ultimate Warrior.
He just nailed him with a running knee smash. The one-man gang in trouble. Look at this, the Ultimate Warrior, he's got to get him up. He couldn't hold him.
Of course he couldn't hold him. One-man gang near 400 pounds. The Ultimate Warrior thought he was just going to play with him. That's not going to happen.
And now the one-man gang coming over. Oh, the Warrior down on the floor. Action spilling out here, ringside. What's he gonna do? He's got him over there. A big slam here on the floor.
Yeah, for anyone who thinks, well, yeah, they've got pads out there. Those pads don't do much of anything. They're about 1.5 inches thick. They're packed so tight you might as well be on the concrete.
Into the steel steps. The Ultimate Warrior and the one-man gang continuing the battle. The one-man gang now goes out ringside. The Ultimate Warrior back in. Flying shoulder tackle, and down goes the one-man gang. Hooks the leg. Will that be enough? 2, and no, the one-man gang able to kick out.
Well, I've got to admit it, I thought the Ultimate Warrior may have done enough to get the pinfall there, but the one-man gang not done yet.
And now the Warrior, big right hand blocked, and now retaliation. Oh, tremendous slam right there by the one-man gang.
And he goes for the cover.
Not even able to get the one count as the Ultimate Warrior powers out of that one. Back elbow strikes in the corner. And just like that, the one-man gang is down. What's he going to do here? What's he going to do?
Oh, he missed it. He went for the big splash, but nobody was home.
We speak about the big splash. The one-man gang, of course, has that 747, and if he lands it on the Ultimate Warrior. Here's the elbow. He drops it.
Right on the chest of the Ultimate Warrior, and that might be all she wrote.
One count, not even. The Ultimate Warrior summoning the powers from above.
Don't play into this maniac's mental case. There are no powers from above.
And now the Warrior fighting his way back. Look at this, the one-man gang now.
Elbow right to the back, and he caught him with it.
The Ultimate Warrior with a headbutt. Irish whip all the way to the floor. The Warrior signaling. Once again, action outside here on the floor. And the Ultimate Warrior got caught.
Again, this guy taking time out to pose. You're not going to pin the one-man gang by outposing him.
Well, if that were the competition, it wouldn't be any competition. The one-man gang never saw a hamburger that he didn't like.
I'm going to tell him you said that.
Well, I mean, you can't compare physiques in this match.
No, I'm still going to tell him what you said. You know, you talk a big fight and all that. What happens when you get yourself in that position where you got to back up that mouth of yours?
And the one-man gang rolls under the bottom rope. And he pulls off the win.
How about that, huh? How about that?
Well, it's a count-out victory.
It's a victory. That's what it is. The one-man gang beat the Ultimate Maniac with a count-out, and that counts just the same as a pinfall. There's no titles on the line here tonight.
Indeed, there are not. It looked like the Ultimate Warrior had the majority of this match in his favor. The one-man gang victorious. Oh, I have a funny feeling we have not heard the last of this.
Well, I bet the one-man gang doesn't want to hear the last of it. He's got the win. He probably wants to do it some more.
All right, fans, stay with us. Plenty more action still to come here on this episode of WWF Primetime Wrestling on the Nation Network. We'll be back. Stay with us. All right, fans, once again, we are back with more Primetime Wrestling, and this, a match that could be a headliner anywhere in the world. Taking some time off, he has returned to the World Wrestling Federation, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
That's right, Mr. Wonderful. Now, he's not going to be siding up with Piper and Orton anytime soon, I'm sure, but he's come back once again. After taking some time off, he's back and he's ready, and he is convinced that he is still the best in the world.
Well, he's going to have every opportunity to prove that, and he's going to start right here tonight, if he can, against the man who's been the best in the world, former World Heavyweight Champion, former Intercontinental Champion, and former Tag Team Champion. Pedro Morales about to make it his way out here to go up against Mr. Wonderful.
Pedro Morales, I'll tell you what.
Fans, we remind you that our end-of-year awards are officially underway. You can check out the last video that was posted for the year-end awards and leave your votes either there at the bottom in the comments section for the best wrestler, for the best match, and the best pay-per-view event of the 2K18 season, or you can visit us on Twitter and leave your votes there as well. They will be tabulated, and the winner will be announced during Rage in the Cage.
Rage in the Cage going to be taking place at the Philadelphia Spectrum on the 4th of October, the day before we kick off the 2K19 season. And I'll tell you, I'm getting excited about that card.
Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, they have started putting pen to paper. It'll be a classic cage match when the Superfly Jimmy Snuka goes up against Ray the Crippler Stevens, settling an old vendetta.
Indeed, Ray the Crippler Stevens many years ago with a series of pile drivers to Superfly Jimmy Snuka on the concrete floor. Left him out of the business for a good 3 months.
Indeed. Snuka still carries the scars of that attack, and he looks for payback. Fans are also going to be bringing in a brand new title here in the World Wrestling Federation. It'll be the American Heritage title, and it will be decided in a Hell in a Cell. It'll be a 6-man match featuring Bob Backlund, Billy Jack Haynes, just recently joining us, Chris Adams, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Harley Race, and the Junkyard Dog.
One of those guys is going to be the American Heritage Champion.
Indeed. The Intercontinental title will be decided in a steel cage match when Bruno Sammartino puts that title on the line against Greg the Hammer Valentine. And then, whoever the tag team champions are, at the end of October 3rd and Glory Bound, will have no rest, no time to get ready, because the very next night in the Philadelphia Spectrum, they will go one-on-one, or should I say two-on-two, with the Rockers.
The Rockers get the tag team champions the night after Glory Bound.
That is correct, and that will be a steel cage where pinfalls or submissions will decide. We're also going to see Bret the Hitman Hart going up against Razor Ramon. It'll be the return match from Glory Bound. So whoever wins the title on the 3rd will automatically be in the return match on the 4th. And that is going to be a Hell in a Cell match.
Wow. Very impressive card.
Fans, we've got 2 more matches that are still being worked on right now. We don't know what they're going to be, but I guarantee you, you'll want to tune in and find out. Pedro Morales now outside the ring with Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff back inside the ring, and now Morales with the elbow.
You know, we talk about Glory Bound, and it's going to be a major event. We now know pretty much the full card.
Indeed, we've got a lineup of matches to share with you, and we'll do that as soon as this match is over. It is going to be a who's who of professional wrestling. Morales just came down hard across the upper body of Orndorff. Goes for the cover, gets 1. He gets 2.
Well, once again, close but no cigar.
I'm not sure if Orndorff may be taking Pedro a little bit lightly, but you shouldn't make that mistake, because Pedro Morales, as I mentioned earlier, former champion. Nice move right there by Orndorff, belly to back suplex, and now what's Orndorff gonna do?
He's going all the way up to the top rope. Now that's not something we're used to seeing him do.
He comes down the knee right into the chest. And Pedro Morales in trouble. Morales, former world champion, but it was probably his Intercontinental title run that he is most known for.
Well, I'll tell you right now, he and Magnificent Morocco had some of the most brutal battles for that Intercontinental Championship.
I would have to agree. They were in some absolute blood feud matches, selling out arenas all around the world.
You want to talk about down and dirty, boy? I'll tell you, those guys wrote the book on it.
And it's matches like that that will prepare Pedro for a match like this against Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, who's down, but he manages once again to get the shoulders up. Series of elbows coming down. Fans, once again, we remind you, the year-end awards, you will be the ones deciding Wrestler of the Year. You will decide Pay-Per-View Event of the Year and Match of the Year. You can take a look at the finalists by going to the main channel here for the Nation Network, pulling up the video, and then leave your votes in the comment section below. Running knee right to the head. He man knocked him out cold with that one.
Morales is out.
No, he's still out enough. Morales still able to get his shoulder up off the mat, just barely. And now Orndorff.
Oh, I think I know what's coming up next, and if it is, it's all over.
He's got him. Pile driver.
He snapped him in half with that one.
A hook and a leg, and that might be all she wrote for Pedro Morales, and it is.
Well, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so.
And I'm not sure you really hate it that much.
No, I really don't.
Off the top rope, that big knee really took a lot out of Morales.
Yeah, he caught him with that thing flush, and I'd swear Morales, I thought he was out cold.
Here it is. The most devastating finisher in the business today. That pile driver is just absolutely terrifying. We have more action still to come, wrestling fans, here as part of WWF's Primetime Wrestling. All right, fans, as we count down the days to October 3rd in Glory Bound, it'll kick off 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here. As part of the Nation Network, we'll start off on Twitch, and we'll be coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas. We're going to start things off with the Jobber Royale.
The Jobber Royale. We're going to have all the jobbers of the world in one place at one time. I can hardly wait.
The Balor Club will be taking on Sanity in a Texas Tornado match.
That ought to be very interesting, as we've seen a lot go down between those two teams.
We're going to see the Dangerous Alliance going up against the Midnight Express. And the Midnight Express said they have found a team. They have found two men who will stand side by side with them and take on the Dangerous Alliance. You have to wonder who it's going to be.
Well, knowing Jim Cornette the way I do, I believe I know who he's got.
The Alliance are going to be taking on Braun Strowman, The Undertaker, and Kane. And that will be a Texas Tornado match. We've got plenty of other matches that are signed. Some of them we can't even talk about yet. After this match, we will give you the lineup from Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that was just San Antonio, and there's still more matches there that we can't talk about.
All right, fans, making his way to the ring. Newcomer here in the World Wrestling Federation, this is Boris Zukov.
Boris Zukov coming down to the ring, and he's another guy. He might not have been around here, but he's been around.
Well, no doubt about it. We know a little bit about the history and the heritage of Boris Zukov, of course, the Russian nationalist, teaming up here with the Iron Sheik.
Well, you know what? The Iron Sheik is no stranger to teaming up with the Russians, so this should not be a big surprise to anybody.
Of course, the Iron Sheik, former world heavyweight champion, former tag team champion. But tonight will be a big challenge for these two men stepping in the ring as a tag team for the first time in my knowledge. Here come their opponents. When you talk about teams that have a date with destiny, Strikeforce going after the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team titles on October the 3rd. As part of Glory Bound, as they try to dethrone Rowdy Roddy Piper and Ace Cowboy Bob Orton.
Yeah, well, a lot of teams have tried to. They've all come up short, and I believe so will Strikeforce.
Santana going to start things off against Boris Zukov. Here we go. Collar double, no, arm drag takes him down. Nicely done by Tito. Santana, fist of fury, backs him into the corner.
Well, you know what? I know Chico Santana as well as anybody and better than most. And as I've always said, I don't really care for this guy, and I think he's overhyped.
He's a consummate professional, and you should know better than anyone.
You be real careful where you go with that.
I'm just saying, there's a reason you're here in the broadcast booth with me.
Yeah, because they needed someone that could carry a team, and it certainly wasn't you.
Santana with the advantage right now on Zukov. But Zukov fighting his way back. Santana slips out the back door. And now hammering away. Throwing the lefts and the rights.
Yeah, throwing lefts and rights. Every one of them illegal. You conveniently left that part out.
Well, as you would often point out, this is not ballet.
Oh, all right. Well, just keep that in mind as always. You have this very selective memory of yours, because then when all of a sudden Zukov or the Sheik starts to do it, then you want to call for the referee to get on top of things.
Irish whip sends him into the buckle again. There's the tag made. Double team coming up by Strikeforce. Nobody has been able to stop them. And will tonight be any different? I don't know. Martel going to work on Zukov. Ramming the head of Boris Zukov into the turnbuckle.
Martel right now definitely with the upper hand, but I don't know how long he'll be able to maintain that.
Oh, look at this airplane spin. Zukov's not going to know what state he's in.
Well, right now I would say he's in a state of confusion.
Very well may be. And now Martel with the quick tag made to the Latin sensation, Tito Santana. Belly to back suplex brings him down hard. The Iron Sheik outside the ring, desperate to make a tag, and he'd better make one soon or this match may be over. How big a win would this be for Strikeforce if they were to put these guys away without even allowing a tag?
I can't imagine that even happening.
Boris Zukov now couldn't hold him up, and Santana flying hit scissor takes him down. Santana showing why. He has been the Intercontinental Champion on numerous occasions. The double team, and now Zukov in trouble. Look at Strikeforce cutting the ring in half and doing a perfect job of it.
Well, I've got to give the devil his due. I am not a Strikeforce fan by any stretch of the imagination. But right now, they've done a stupendous job of cutting the ring in half. I've got to admit it.
But just like that, Zukov gets one opportunity. And there's that Russian sickle. And down goes Tito Santana. The Iron Sheik making his in-ring debut here in this match as Santana hammers away on him. These two men are no strangers to one another. Santana, Irish whip, sends him in, drop down, comes back up. Oh, went for the forearm, nobody home.
Well, Chico Santana thought he knew everything, but it turned out that he was wrong. The Iron Sheik well scouted and was ready for it.
Santana off the apron and he missed. Went for the big elbow.
Look at that, the Iron Sheik just caught the punch and then slapped him across the face.
Santana with elbows to the midsection. Back inside the ring to break the count. And now the former world champion, the Iron Sheik, got the belly-to-belly suplex on him.
Well, the Iron Sheik is the master of a suplex. He can get it from a number of different positions.
Big gutbuster right there by the Sheik, and Santana in trouble. Nice block by Tito. Shoulder tackle, and down goes the Iron Sheik. Santana now setting him into the turnbuckle. He's got him in his corner, tag made. Here comes Rick Martel. Martel from the middle rope. The double team down across the arm.
And Martel now going to work on the Iron Sheik.
Sheik blocks one right there, knee right to the midsection. Martel caught him with a glancing blow. Martel ties him up. What a move. Martel going out to the apron. What's he going to do here? Oh, the Sheik just caught him.
Well, Martel got a little bit too cute with that one. I don't know what he was trying for there. We've seen him do a number of things from the apron. I think he was waiting for the Iron Sheik to get back up, but then the Sheik, quick as a cat, got him and got him good.
Well, perhaps. So right now it is Rick Martel with the upper hand, and you've got to be kidding me. They're coming out here to the broadcast area. That's not good news. Iron Sheik just got ran into the apron. Martel, what is he doing?
Oh, diving fist drop all the way out to the floor.
The Iron Sheik is in a lot of trouble right now. When you talk about pillar and a post, I'll tell you what, Strikeforce really getting it done. Martel fired up. This crowd fired up. Strikeforce.
Well, the Iron Sheik was able to block whatever it was Martel tried right there.
Reverses the Irish whip, and now Martel caught him with a deep arm drag.
Nice neck breaker right there by the Iron Sheik, and now the Sheik waiting on Martel.
Martel once again with the Iron Sheik in trouble. Drop down, back out front he goes. Cross body block, he's got a hooks the leg. Will that be enough? save is made by Boris Zukov.
Indeed, the save was made just barely in time.
And now Martel, what's he going to do here? Going for that Boston Crab. We've seen him in the past with a lot of success, and the Iron Sheik is in trouble. Sheik trying desperately to survive. Will he do it? He manages to grab the ankle and break free of the hold.
And Martel went right back for it, but the Sheik managing to kick out.
Big slam by the Iron Sheik, and Martel in trouble. And now Santana, what's he doing?
Oh, come on now. What was that?
Now that's a double team right there if ever I saw one.
A double team? He wasn't even the legal man in the match. Come on.
And now the Iron Sheik getting the advantage on Martel. Down hard across the forearm and the elbow. Tremendous suplex, and now Martel rolls outside the ring.
Yeah, well, they're not dominating anymore, are they?
Well, I don't know if they were dominating before, but they definitely had the advantage, and right now, I would have to say that may have changed and gone the way of the Iron Sheik.
And look at Chico Santana. Is he in the ring or is he outside the ring? You tell me.
Tag is made, and now he is officially inside the ring. There's a shoulder tackle, and down goes Boris Zukov. Santana wrenching the head and the neck of Zukov. I would dare say that Boris Zukov right now is in all kinds of trouble. Santana hits the ropes. Big clothesline.
Oh, and Boris Zukov with a back body drop, perfectly timed. He needed that break.
He definitely did. That blood flowing down the head tells the tale of how this match has gone for Zukov. The Iron Sheik right now outside the ring. He's not going to be any use to him. Tremendous suplex right there by Tito Santana.
Well, I know right now Chico taking time to play it up to the fans, but they aren't going to get in there and win the match for him.
Santana now, small package. He has the shoulders down. Referee is there. One, there's two, and almost had it.
Santana thought he was going to pull a fast one on him, but it didn't work.
Up in the air, couldn't hold him, and now from behind, Zukov, belly to back suplex.
And you see the pain in the face of Chico Santana as he comes down.
Santana to the ropes. Stiff right and left combination. Boy, these two men exchanging blows.
Overhead belly to belly suplex, nicely done by the big Russian.
And now Zukov has got Santana. Wait a minute, Martel in the ring. Rick Martel in the ring. And he clips the knee.
What the hell's going on? This referee allowing all kinds of chicanery in this match.
Again, Martel gonna work. Well, Strikeforce getting ready for the biggest match of their careers. Look at his elbow off the top rope, and Santana's going to go for the cover.
Martel doesn't know what's what.
Now Martel outside the ring to avoid the disqualification. Santana going to work on Boris Zukov. Again, the belly to belly. Santana reverses.
Chico Santana, in my opinion, very lucky to be in this match. And if they can't do better than this, then I don't feel too bad about the odds for Piper and Orton.
Think about it right now. If Santana and Martel find a way to be victorious on October 3rd, then on the 4th, it would be Strikeforce going up against the Rockers for the Tag Team Championship.
Not only that, but inside of a steel cage.
Santana just took the Iron Sheik off the apron. And now the referee. Santana has this crowd on its feet. Zukov slow to get up.
Very slow to get up. Martel and Santana are just resting, getting all their strength and their wind back.
Oh, there's that forearm smash. That should be all she wrote. And it's over. What a victory for Strikeforce.
Well, I'll tell you right now, not without controversy, in my opinion. We saw a lot of outside interference in this one.
Well, they're going to be going up against Orton and Piper, and you know, for that one, it's going to be a tough job for any referee.
So you're justifying what you saw here tonight, is that what it is? Boy, I'm going to have to keep you in check on October 3rd, that's for sure.
What a tremendous match we just saw here tonight, fans. Strikeforce showing that they are ready, willing, and able to become the new World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions on October 3rd against Roddy Piper and Cowboy Bob Orton. Stay with us, fans. More to come right here on the Nation Network. All right, wrestling fans, it is time for our main event, and let me tell you what, we have a main event.
I have no doubt about it. This is going to be for all the marbles, as they say. We're going to be seeing Bret the Hitman Hart, the world champion, go one-on-one with Razor Ramon on October 3rd. But before that, we're going to see tonight six-man tag team action. Last week it was Bret the Hitman Hart and Diesel, ended up being a double countout. Tonight we've got six-man action.
That's right, Big Daddy Cool Diesel, Razor Ramon, and they got a tag team partner, Mr. Perfect, making it here to the World Wrestling Federation. going up against the Hart Foundation in what should prove to be an absolutely unbelievable main event here on Primetime. Fans, we told you earlier that we've got the lineup from Madison Square Garden. It will be October 3rd, part of Glory Bound. You will not want to miss this. We've already talked about it. Rowdy Roddy Piper and Ace Cowboy Bob Orton to defend the tag team titles against Strikeforce, the team we saw victorious just moments ago. We're also going to see the Superfly Jimmy Snuka against the Magnificent Morocco. Back home in the place they made famous with one of the most talked about steel cage matches of all time, only this time it will be Hell in a Cell.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a feud that I never get tired of, and it will be reignited at Madison Square Garden, the only place in the world that could possibly house that match. And this time it's going to be Hell in a Cell, and I tell you right now, that is going to be one for the record books.
No doubt about that. Bret the Hitman Hart, as we mentioned, will be going up against Razor Ramon for the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship in a ladder match. One of those two men will have to scale that ladder to pull that championship title down and walk out as the World Wrestling Federation champion.
Right, but then they don't get any rest because the very next night in Philadelphia, they're going to go head-to-head one more time.
Indeed, that will be a Hell in a Cell match in Philadelphia as part of the WWF Rage in the Cage. Also, Madison Square Garden, Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks to go up against Triple H, Brock Lesnar, and the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. His first appearance in all of 2K18 season.
Well, he retired and he stuck to his word, but they made him an offer he couldn't refuse. He saw what was happening with Rise going head-to-head with the WWE, and he felt he had to remain loyal to his brand.
That's what it took to get him out of retirement, and I'm all for it. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, will defend the WCW World Heavyweight Championship against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. 2 out of 3 falls at Madison Square Garden.
Well, you want to talk about a classic wrestling match, that's going to be one that I don't want to miss. I will be in Madison Square Garden, and I will be watching that one.
And then the main event just signed as a result of the actions that took place a week ago. The Rise Heavyweight Championship will be up for grabs when Roman Reigns defends that title against his own blood, The Rock.
Well, we all saw what happened when The Rock severed the bloodline a week ago, turning on his own family.
Well, there are those that would say he chose one family over the other. The World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, made The Rock the superstar he turned out to be. He felt it was his own flesh and blood that turned his back on the family. We take a look at the Hart Foundation making their way to the ring. Bret the Hitman Hart, the World Heavyweight Champion. Jim the Anvil Neidhart and his brother Owen Hart. The Hart Foundation.
Well, as you said earlier on, this is going to be a main event worthy of that title. 6-man tag team action, and I'll tell you right now, it's going to be crazy.
All right, action underway. Jim the Anvil Neidhart wasting no time at all, racing right up to Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
Well, you know what? You look at the size advantage of Diesel and you presume he'd be the stronger guy, but when you're going up against Jim the Anvil Neidhart, I think that's an even match. I bet both of these guys could go pound for pound in the weight room.
No doubt about that, but I would probably give the agility advantage to Jim the Anvil Neidhart, former NFL lineman, versus Big Daddy Ghoul, former bouncer.
Well, don't act like that's not something. I mean, you got to fight all kinds of different people in all kinds of different ways when you're a bouncer.
Irish whip now, and the Anvil in the wrong part of town, but he gets out of trouble very quickly.
Well, he got out of trouble and he should have left, but he stuck around, and all of a sudden he gets caught by Mr. Perfect.
Lunging tag is made, and now here comes Owen Hart. Going to work on Razor Ramon. A series of shots, and down goes Razor. Owen Hart now from the middle rope. Driving the elbow.
Well, when you look at the Hart Foundation, you would presume indeed that these guys are all on the same page. You got a couple of brothers out there as well as a brother-in-law. They're all family. But look what happened with The Rock and Roman Reigns.
Well, I would not expect to see that happen in this situation.
Hey, you never know, right? If we've proven anything right now, you never, ever know.
Action on the floor now. Razor Ramon doing a number on the young brother of Bret the Hitman Hart as if to taunt him. Razor Ramon leading Owen Hart over to the guardrail.
Cross knee backbreaker, nicely done right there. Now Razor Ramon beats the count back in the ring. Can Owen Hart do it?
Count is up to 8, Owen Hart. And he does. Just barely beat the count of 10. Mr. Perfect tagged back into the match. You can see Bret Hart desperately wanted the opportunity to get in there with Razor Ramon.
Well, I would think he might not mind getting in the ring with Big Daddy Cool either after last week.
Indeed, I don't believe there would be a problem there. There's the tag made. He's got Mr. Perfect. Big uppercut right there. Now follows it up. DDT, and Mr. Perfect goes down. From the middle rope. And now Bret the Hitman Hart stirring this crowd up.
I will never ever understand why people feel it's necessary. Finish off the man in the ring if you think you got him beat so bad. Why do you want to give him time to recuperate? I don't understand it.
And now Bret the Hitman Hart has got him up. Pile driver. You've got to be kidding me. The impact of that one.
Well, you see the way he's moving his arms. He may have caught what we call a stinger. He may have just impacted his nervous system.
And now Bret Hart has got the sharpshooter on him. We've not seen anybody survive this.
Until now.
Mr. Perfect comes out the other side, tag made. And now the return from last week, Big Daddy Cool Diesel and the world champion. Bret Hart with a gut buster on the big man. Over 300 pounds, Big Daddy Cool Diesel. Bret Hart definitely has the agility factor over this one, and he is a consummate professional. He knows how to make up the difference that he gives up in size and strength.
Well, you know what? Everyone has a way. You know, Mike Tyson used to say it best. Everybody's got a game plan until I punch them in the mouth.
Well, there's a lot of truth to that. As Razor Ramon now in there with the champion. A preview, perhaps, of October 3rd. And now choking him out.
Razor Ramon softening him up.
Nice move right there by Bret the Hitman Hart. And Razor Ramon got caught going up for the suplex. He's got him. Tremendous move right there. Elbow right down into the head. Fans, this is our final card of wrestling here on the Nation Network leading up to October 3rd. look for more kickoff for 2K19 specials here on the Nation Network between now and then. Tag is made now. Jim the Anvil Neidhart unable to finish it up. There's the clothesline. Razor Ramon has him. Couldn't hold on. Look at the Anvil fighting out with the back elbows.
Well, now Razor Ramon might want to start getting over to that corner. He needs to make a tag because if he stays in there too long, perhaps that wear down could backfire on him and he'll be the man walking in on October 3rd at a disadvantage.
Indeed, those two men, the longer they stay in the ring, the more likely they are to suffer perhaps an injury that could carry over. The attempt by the Anvil blocked, and now Razor Ramon has him up. Whoa, deposits him with a choke slam.
Well, I hope Bret the Hitman Hart is taking notice of what's happening right now to his brother-in-law.
Referee cuts Owen Hart off. Razor's edge could be happening right here. Has him up. Into the corner.
Jim the Anvil Neidhart struck his head on the turnbuckle on the way down. He's out.
Referee, 2 count and Anvil managing to get a shoulder up. Owen and Bret trying to encourage the Anvil to make his way over for the tag, but he can't even move.
Whatever he had left in the tank, he used on the kick out. I don't think he's got anything left to offer.
No doubt that Razor's edge took a lot out of him, and now the Anvil trying to fight back, and he does. Big clothesline by Jim Neidhart. And the Anvil into his corner he goes with him. Tag made, and now the champion back in. The pink and black attack is on. Drops him down across the top rope.
Big Daddy Cool looked like he was trying to make his way back over to his corner.
Figure 4 leg lock. And Bret the Hitman Hart cinches it in deep. And Diesel able to fight his way out of it, but look at him favoring that leg. Bret the Hitman Hart, I said it earlier, he knows how to take on men of all sizes and shapes, and going after that leg is a stroke of genius.
Well, I think he'd be a bigger genius if he'd learn how to stick and move, but he's trying to go toe-to-toe with a man who's got a 50-pound weight advantage, and that's not working out real well for him right now.
Tag made, here comes Mr. Perfect, the fresh man for the team. Oh, look at this, he's pulling back on it.
You know, I wouldn't have blamed Bret Hart if he would have tapped out there. Better to live and fight another day. Devastating pile driver, that could be a problem. Not just for today, but for October 3rd.
Indeed, Mr. Perfect. Wearing down Bret the Hitman Hart, and I believe Razor Ramon perhaps barking instructions to him as well. Snapmare takes him over. Perfect. Snaps the neck of the world champion. And now the Hitman sends him into the turnbuckle. Tag is made, and here comes Owen Hart. From the top rope, rocket launcher. And now Owen. Caught.
Oh, he couldn't hold him. Look at this. Owen Hart manages to find a way to escape somehow.
And there is a suplex. Owen Hart going to work now on Mr. Perfect. Oh, he's going to go for the pile driver. There it is. Wow, what a move.
That sit-out pile driver is an absolute lethal maneuver. We saw Mr. Wonderful do it earlier tonight. It was successful then, and it may very well be again here now.
Owen Hart, big uppercut, stuns Mr. Perfect. Oh, here comes the Perfect Plex. Can he do it? He does.
He clasped the hands together.
No, I don't think he was able to.
That's the only reason Owen Hart's not done in this one right now.
You may very well be right about that. Owen Hart very close to being defeated here tonight. Rake on the back now by Razor Ramon. He drops him. Owen Hart in trouble. Atomic knee drop.
Now Razor Ramon is on fire, putting a lot of offense together, and Owen Hart, for the first time, I believe, in this match, really in trouble. I feel like they've been protecting him for most of this match, but that's all over now.
Bulldog from the second rope. Will that be enough? Owen Hart's shoulders are down, and he does manage to kick out just barely. Where is Ramon? Oh, here it comes again.
Well, we saw what happened to Jim Neidhart.
Razor's edge. He drops it right on. Owen Hart in trouble. 1, 2. Oh, and he got a shoulder up.
Mr. Perfect got in the ring to keep everybody at bay, but Owen Hart had enough left to kick out somehow.
Razor Ramon, DDT. Owen Hart trying desperate to make the tag, and here comes his brother. And now Bret the Man Hart is in, and Razor Ramon down again. And he makes the lunging tag.
What a match we're seeing right now. 6 of the greatest of all time in the ring right here. Mr. Perfect now going outside the ring, up to the top turnbuckle.
Drives that fist down into the midsection. Bret Hart was so close to having his opportunity with Razor Ramon. Nice suplex right there by Mr. Perfect.
That was not a nice suplex. It was a perfect suplex.
I beg your pardon. Elbow right down to the sternum. Snapmare takes him over now once again. We saw it before. There it is again, that neck snapping motion. And now the champion is back up. Headache going for the suplex. Couldn't hold it. Oh, look at this. For the second time, he's got him in a sharpshooter. He's close to the ropes.
And he was able to grab a hold of him.
Well, when you talk about luck, there it is. If it weren't for the ropes being that close, this match would have been over.
You don't know that. We could have very easily seen Mr. Perfect find a way out. He's perfect, don't you know?
And now it is Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Oh, look at this. He's got a Cobra clutch on him. And he got him.
I don't believe it.
There are your winners, ladies and gentlemen, the Hart Foundation.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it doesn't matter, because on October 3rd, that's what counts. And Razor Ramon, mark my words, is going to become the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, that may very well be. But on October 4th, he would then have to defend it at Rage in the Cage. Tremendous victory for the Hart Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the WWF Primetime here on the Nation Network. We will see you on October 3rd, beginning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, starting on Twitch. Until then, So long, everyone.